Hello, today we're gonna review the Crivit bike workstand from LIDL. What we'll do is we'll do an overview, we'll go over all technical specs, go over some pros and cons, and then we'll put it in action with my bike, and then I'll give you a final verdict. So let's get to it. All right, so I've opened this already, but let's go over some of the specs. So this is your clamp arm, and it has 360 degrees rotation. This main support beam also is 360 degrees rotation. There's an extra little kind of handlebar support, so it stops your bike from swiveling left to right. There's a clamp in action. It's a lever, so when you pull on the lever, it's like a quick release system. It has a tools tray. The cool thing is it's magnetic, and you can put your screwdrivers, pliers, washers, nuts and bolts. And there is this, it's like a tripod, but it has four, so it's a quad pod maybe. You can tuck it in nicely, or you can fully extend it depending on the weight of your bike. Tech specs is it's practical, sturdy bike repair stand. It goes from 170 centimeters to 188 centimeters, so it goes up to definitely over 6 foot. Quick release claw, so both here we have quick release claws. It fits all common frame diameters, approximately 25 to 55 millimeters. Extendable arm secures the handlebars for front wheel repairs. That's what I was talking about with this attachment, which I'll show you later. Comes with a tool tray, magnetic, 4 legs for stability, quick release for easy setup. Suitable for e-bikes. I'm not sure, maybe it's because of the weight. Includes instructions and a hex key for assembly. Approximately 198 by 104 centimeters height and width. Max load capacity is 30 kilograms, and that's attaching the bike at the center of the frame, like so. I'll show you later my kind of opinions on that. So it's a quick release for the bottom of the pod. Pretty heavy. It's all steel construction. It's very heavy. There are screw mounts at the very bottom of these foot pads. So if you decide that you want to make this permanent, you can actually screw it into the ground and there is no problem at all. You have to attach this tools tray, and it has the it's a very small bar, and you can put your nuts and bolts on it and it will magnetize. It's not the full thing, it's like maybe 3 inches long by half an inch long. There's these holes and gaps where you can put your tools in. Then next there's another quick release clamp, which has the second rod. I remember them being a marker here. It goes up quite high. Yeah, that's the maximum limit. So 188, I'm 6'2", so yeah, definitely over 6 foot, and you can adjust that how you like. I'm gonna just drop this down so it doesn't hurt the angle. And if I turn this to the side, actually, probably see this better. Oh yeah, this has 360 degrees rotation. You can rotate it however you like. Then you have the actual clamp. This comes out a bit. You can adjust this forward and back. I have it at the longest. I'll explain why later. And you can rotate this 360 however you like. I'm going to do the seat clamp thing first, so I'm going to have this vertical, and then you just use this to tighten it up. I'm going to pop this up a tiny bit, then you clamp it down. I don't know if you hear people beeping like crazy, but apologies for that. Hopefully the mic doesn't pick up. Then you have this clamp down system. So if you pull the lever, it will clamp down on the metal bar. If you want to loosen it, you turn it anti-clockwise. If you want to tighten it, you turn it clockwise, and then you pull the clamp down for security. And that's the main overview of the tech specs for this when you're putting it together. What comes in, there's instructions, but everything is quite easily explained. I'm going to use this later, but you can actually, it uses this kind of, it's not a zip tie, but it's I guess like a button type system. It's all made out of rubber. So what you would do, so you clamp it like this, and then you'd extend it to the handlebars. And what you need to do is you need to clamp this down There you go, and it's clamped. It's sturdy enough. There is a bit of play left and right, but it holds the bike up well enough. So one of the things I found was that this is extended out to the max, and I can't pedal without it hitting this pole here. So I always have to kind of raise it a bit higher in order to fix that. That's one annoying thing about it. And I prefer to have it this vertical, but in order to combat that, you need to actually raise this up. Oh, I've got to watch out my cable. You need to raise this up. Raise it up quite a bit. Hopefully it doesn't still in the angle. What you need to do is you need to rotate this enough that it's actually out of the way. Make sure that it's clamped nicely. Everything except for the rods is made out of plastic. Raise it up like this. So it's at quite a horrible angle. If I have it level, it's almost, I think it's over 45. But by doing so, now I have the space to actually do my gearings and stuff like that. Preferably I'll switch it to the other side, but just because my bike is so heavy, it's not easy to maneuver up and down. Okay, so you can adjust your gearing and stuff like that with no problems. All right, I'm going to show you the extension arm. So this extension arm pulls up this way, and use this to secure it in place. It's not the easiest. I would have preferred like some kind of release system here, but it holds it more sturdy, and it stops it from swiveling left and right. Whoa, this is rusted already. I need to clean this. So you can see there's rust. So this is definitely made out of steel. So here it is. It's attached to the main post. It goes up to the handlebar, clipped here, and it stops it from swaying left and right. Because normally when I do have it, this would actually just move. Let me just disconnect this, and I want to show you the issue that I have when I'm changing the orientation. Oh yeah, quick release. Just drop this. It should still be in the frame. So I'm going to take the bike off. Hold this. The clamp is pretty good being all plastic. This is the top tube. I'm going to put this in here. Yep. So it fit in. Clamp it down nice and tight. That's how you can do the 30 kilo max load. Now the problem is that depending on how your bike is, it will crimp. So this is my brake cable, and it's crimping my brake cable. I can't actually remove this because it's clamped down to the top tube. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like to use it on the top tube, but you can get the max weight with that, and it is very secure, less wobbliness when it comes to that. Yeah, so that's just to show you that it works that way. All right, I just want to show you the magnetic tray. It's just this tiny little bit here. That's the actual magnetic part. So I'll just demonstrate. There you go. So there, it just magnetizes. And you can put screwdrivers in here. You can put any bigger tools, maybe like pliers and stuff in here. Put a bunch of washers, nuts and bolts. And it's a handy enough tray. I always leave it on the back, because if I have it on this way, there's a high chance that my pedal will strike it. So that's why I have it back that way. So let's go over some pros. The pros are that in Lidl, it costs €24.99, 25 euros. which is really good value for money. It is strong, like it's made out of steel. The main posts are all made out of steel. There's a lot of modularity. You can screw this into the hole. This post comes up. You can turn this 360. You can turn that 360. Everything is tight and secure. There's nice quick release clamps, and they've highlighted it blue so you can actually see it. It's not all black. It has this stabilizer handle, and it's really nice. The magnetic tray is a good bonus feature. I didn't expect that when I saw it. It's really nice to use. For the clamp, it has this quick release lever. It's really nice. You can clamp it down nice and tight. Yeah, that's all the pros. All right, for the cons, if you're using this clamp in the max load position in the top tube, you will be crimping cables if you have it. If you have your cables top tube mounted, or you have no option, and it only goes that way through the top tube, so it will crimp your cables, might destroy your cables. This is plastic, so it doesn't do too much damage. If it was metal, it will probably cut into the cable. If I had to use this, I'd probably put some foam here or a cloth or something to make it more bike friendly. The other cons that I would say are bits and pieces are made out of plastic. Like this lever here is made out of plastic. There's some wear and tear, especially in the plastic component. I don't feel that that will last very long, especially because you'd be putting a lot of pressure on it. The other con is that I would have liked this pole to be longer, so this extension arm to be a bit longer, because if I don't have it at the right orientation, there's not enough space to actually spin my pedals and do gearing changes and stuff like that. Also, it's hard to access the tools tray because it's at the back. Like, you'll be doing most of your work here. In order for the clearance for the pedal, I have to have it facing the back, so that is not the best. Pretty heavy. I haven't weighed it, but I'd say it'll be anywhere from 5 to 10 kilos. The actual bike stand by itself, it's all steel construction, so it's expected to be heavy. So it's not something that is easy to move around. Some of the plastic bits are very stiff. You have to kind of nudge them along to get them moving. Another con that I would say is this uses kind of like a rubber strap thing to attach to your handlebars. After time, I can see this wearing down quite a bit. I would have preferred like maybe some kind of strap, belt type strap, where you kind of pulley it. You kind of see them on backpacks, on the shoulder straps, something like that. Very, very easy to take on and off. I usually don't use it. And also because of the steel construction, as I'll post later, or I'll show you a close-up of this later, it's starting to rust, so I need to lubricate this. It's actually pretty bad. I'll show you now. So the rust is quite bad. Yeah, it's kind of caked on there. So that's one thing to watch out for, is that this will probably rust. Any other cons? It's only available in one color, mostly black with these blue highlights. But for $24.99, I have no complaints. Okay, final verdict on the Crivit bike stand, the bike work stand, is that for what it's worth, it does its job. Like, I usually use it for changing my gear, or adjusting my gearing. If I have to index my gears, or if I need to I need the pedals to move freely to get the wheel spin, and it does the job mainly for that. Yeah, value for money. Like, if you buy it, yeah, the main thing is the value for money, and it does its job. How long it will last, I don't know. I've had it a few months. That's a question that will be answered through time. It's definitely a must if you work on your bike at home. It's easy to store. I forgot to add this in the Pro, but you can actually stack it up, so you can just throw it in the corner of your garage and it's kind of out of sight. And that's it. That is the Crivit bike work stand from LIDL. If there was some things I missed, please let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, much appreciated. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.